Hello and welcome back to another video. This time we're going to go over a spending guide. So this is going to cover everything from a low spender up to basically what you should be doing if you are on an unlimited budget. And I'm going to basically be talking through all the different bundles that you can get, what's good, what's absolutely terrible, and what you should not be buying. And yeah, we're going to go through all that. Quick word of advice though. This is a game, only spend if you have the means to do so. Don't bankrupt yourself on a game. Seriously, make sure you've got your priorities straight before you do that. Before we get into it, we hit 10 subscribers on the last one, so let's see if we can double it. I know there's a lot of you that are watching these videos and enjoying them and are not subscribing. So if that's you, subscribe. Let's see if we can hit 20 subscribers before the end of the week. So if you're enjoying the content, drop a like, subscribe, and let's get into it for the low spenders first. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're going to start off with the low spenders. Classify this by spending less than $100 a month, or the equivalent in whatever currency you're in. So the first big recommendation is $10 per month that you're going to be spending on this, and it is in the supply depot. You got a lot of good stuff in here. It's the gem supply, the 30-day gem supply. Now this is 10 quid, and it will last for 30 days. You get 2,200 gems when you purchase it. You get an extra 650 every day for the full 30 days, for a total of 21,700 gems a month. This is the one of the best the best dollar to gem values in the game. There is only one that is better off the top of my head, and that will come later. The next thing I'm going to recommend is the material supply, also in the supply depot. This is $5 and it lasts for 7 days. So across a month you'll be spending $20 on this, and it will give you 20 green materials per day. So you're going to get a total of 140 of the green materials, and this adds up over time. Believe me, this adds up quite a lot of materials. Really worth it if you want to drop that money on it. And armament supply, quite similar, less good than the material supply because obviously armaments are random, but you're going to be getting three purple armament chests per day for $5, and it's 7 days that this lasts. Again, $20 a month. If you're buying all three of these, that is $50 per month. So I would say this still puts you in the low spender category, maybe on the getting towards the top end of it though. The next thing, I would recommend this over the material supply and the armament supply, but not over the gem supply, is if we go into the trading post, into here, into the Lucerne Scrolls, you've got the Divine Inheritance bundle. And I've already bought it for this month. It's $5, and it unlocks the second row. So you're getting all of this good stuff. You're getting a bunch of gems, you're getting gold heads, you're getting armament chests, you're getting VIP speed ups. It is so valuable. Very valuable purchase, and it is only $5. So this is probably the second big thing you should be prioritizing a month after the gem supply. And yeah, that is a very good purchase. The only other two things I've got down here that you should be getting in this tier are Vanquisher pop-ups and Writer of History pop-ups. So Vanquisher is what you get when you combine 30 legendary fragments. It is $5, and you get 4 legendary materials for that, along with obviously the 1,050 gems, the bit of VIP. You get some speed ups and some resources, I believe. The thing that you're going for though is those 4 legendary materials. This is really good value for money in this game. And the Writer of History is for summoning a legendary commander. Now, I wish I'd taken a screenshot of this one this morning when I summoned Vercingetorix, but it is 10 gold heads for $5. The best money to gold heads value in the game. So very much worth it getting these bundles if you want to spend the money. And yeah, very, very worth it to grab these. The last thing I want to say is recharge events are incredibly good. We've got one on right now. The one we've got is you spend 2,500 a day and you get to open chest. So for these ones, for low spenders, I'd recommend just doing 2 days. This gets expensive across if you're going to do it for all 5 days, because the cheapest way to do it, I think, is 12 quid per day. So that's 60 quid across all of them. So it gets expensive if you're going to do all 5 days. So for a low spender, just do 2 days. Focus your spending here. If you're getting the gem supply, if you're getting the material supply, the armament supply, pop them, buy them when you've got a recharge event, and you get effectively double the value. So that is my low spender section, and we're going to move on to the mid spenders up next. Okay, the next section is mid spenders, and I'm classing this as spending $100 to $500 in 1 month. So you might be thinking, oh, why are you on the Super Value bundles? These are not really good for mid spenders. Well, the majority of them I would not be buying as a mid spender. There are some that you can get, and the first one we're going to look at is the New World. This is once a month that you can get it, and it is 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 20, 50, and then it is 15 gold chests. Now, I'm going to say that is way out of your budget if you're in this category. The ones you want to be getting are just the $5 and the $10 tier. That is going to give you 3 passports a month. After that, the value drops off. As you can see, $5 for 1 passport, $10 for 2 passports, and then it goes up to 20 for 3. So the value drops off at that point. Don't go above 10 a month, and you'll just slowly build up your passport supply. This is one of the only ones that I'm going to say to get in here. The next one that you can get is the daily special offer. So you can either get this like just every now and then when you need to be upgrading a specific commander, or you can get this every day. Now, I go for every day because I like the security of getting an extra 1,200 gems a day, and also I pretty much always have a commander to upgrade at this point in the game when I'm only currently at 3 marches. So I'm getting Arthur. There's so many commanders that you can get in here. We'll go into this view to show them properly. There's so many commanders that you can get from the daily special offer, and obviously pretty much all of them, there's going to be someone in here probably that you're going to want to be upgrading at some point. So daily special offer is really good value for money. You're going to be spending $3 a day and averaging 4.5 gold heads per day for the commander that you choose. Some days you get way more, some days less. Like I got 2 yesterday, I got 10 today, so it's just good value. The next thing I'm going to say is event bundles and holiday bundles. You can go to $35. After this, the value tends to drop off. The first 35 is the best. That is the $5 tier, the $10 tier, and the $20 tier. So, for example, this one, it's a holiday bundle. The value is generally pretty good for this one. You can see, like, this is 19,294 gems. Gems worth of like stuff in here. If we went into a super value bundle for 10 quid, whereas one, no, there is one. Here's one. This is only 11,000, so it's just more value for the money that you're spending. The holiday bundles, the event bundles, they are better. The best event bundles I'd say you can get are like the wheel, that gives you a bunch of tickets, and the hammer if you're looking for blueprints. The other good ones are things like when we get the egg event, we get effectively an upgraded version of Geared Up. I don't recommend that one as much. It's not as much value, but that is an event bundle. And then the same thing for, like, I think it's Armament Reveal thyself, you get Royal Armaments instead of Imperial Armaments. Sorry, you get Imperial Armaments instead of Royal Armaments sometimes. So this is a better version of Royal, but it's still not worth it, really, for this tier of spending. That comes later. The final one that I'm going to recommend to you if you're on the higher end of this budget is, because of the rate that we're getting new formations now, the Recast and Reforge. You can do this to $30, so it's the $10 tier and the $20 tier. There is no $5 tier, and that will give you 3 conversion stones. And as we know, with the Pincer 2 coming out in in August, and the Delta 2 coming out in November, we're all going to be a bit tight on these conversion stones, and this could help you out a lot if you have the budget for this. I do this every now and then. I don't do it like regularly. It's a once a month bundle. So yeah, this is the final recommendation for the mid spending tier. Onto the high spenders. Okay, here we go with the high spending section. Now we're still in the super value bundle section for this because this is basically all we've got left to add on to it. And the high spenders I'm classing as $500 to $1,000 a month. So the only really upgrades is instead of just going to $35, you maybe go up to the max gold chests on these. So that would mean you're doing $185 on like the hammer event, on the wheels, and like on holiday events. They are sometimes 1 gold chest, sometimes 3. So that's the difference between $185 and $385. So that is basically the biggest upgrade from high spenders to from mid spenders to high spenders. So because this is just quite a short section, I'm also going to bundle in the whales and the krakens. See what I did there? Talking about bundles. This is $1,000 plus in my books. So this is where we're adding in some more of these ones. The big ones that you can get are things like, this is late game specific, geared up, really good for the materials if you're spending that much, way worse value than a like a Vanquisher bundle, but if you're spending a lot of money, this is where you're going to put it for equipment. Imperial Armaments, which is basically the upgraded version of Royal Armaments, and then Royal Armaments. These ones don't go up to a gold chests, I believe. I think one of them is only going to go up to $85, so it's a 5, 10, 20, 50. The other one might go up to gold chests. The next one is Recast and Reforge. If you're going to max that one, it's really good value for the conversion stones because we all need lots of them, especially if you're a high spender, which is going to have more specials and rare inscriptions to convert. The next one I've got down here is Armory Alchemy, which is an absolutely like incredibly important bundle for this sort of thing. 3 transmutation crystals, 20 transmutation stones. It is only a $50 bundle, but the value you're getting is really high because we all need these crystals and the stones to upgrade our armaments, and it's very much worth it if you're going to spend that money. And the final one is New World. So this is, like, for the amount of money that you're spending, actually an insane amount of passport of speed ups as well. So you'll quite often be like, have like Kraken, if you've got like a Kraken in the Kingdom there in VC. Oh, I'm running out of speeds. I'm just going to go and max a New World bundle because the speed ups that you get from it is actually insane. So if you're Kraken, New World bundle is definitely worth it. The other way, the slightly better way of getting like training speed ups and stuff is War Machine, because this is specifically for that. So I think you get more training speed ups than that one. Actually, no, you're probably getting more from this one. I don't know. The War Machine and the New World both really good for getting some speed ups for your training. And also New World, you're getting a bunch of passports as well, so you're never going to struggle with migration if you're getting this semi-regularly. Okay, so that is all of the bundles that I'd recommend for this. Things like Living Legend are not great. Legendary Warriors is bad. Ancient Legacy, this is £1. You could probably get this if you need the like exhibit coins, but realistically no one does because the museum is just not that great. The only ones in there that are relevant really are things like YSG and then, like, to an extent, Martel and Attila. Apart from that, not really many relevant exhibits in there. That needs to be changed. Sometimes you get things like this, Mark of the Champion, which is specific to the Cyrus League, and yeah, you might want to be picking these up if you're a big spender. This is definitely worth it for you, because these Mark of the Champions, if you're betting them right, you're getting insane value in that shop. Or you just spend them if you're that big of a Kraken, but oh well. Okay, we're going to move on to some specific scenario spending now. So we're going to have a section on the early game and a section of Crystal Tech. Let's get into the early game. Okay, here we go. The early game, obviously I don't have these bundles anymore because they are specific to the early game. The first one we're talking about is Growth Fund. So remember earlier when I said that the gem supply is the second best money to gem value in the game? Well, this is the best. It is $15 and it will give you a total of 70,000 gems. This is a one-time purchase and you have to do stuff for it. You have to upgrade your city hall to 25. And you're thinking, wait, what? That's all I have to do? Yeah. This is something you should be getting before KVK 1 anyway. So just purchasing the Growth Fund at any time, it's going to give you insane value and you're going to get this. Actually, I can show you the Growth Fund because obviously I haven't put it on a farm account, have I? Right, let's log into a farm account quickly. And I'll show you these bundles. So the Growth Fund is the first one. The second one is King's Coronation. And this is a 1 gold chest bundle. The value is insane on this one. You get so many speed up from it. It's just insane. It is, I think, the highest speed up value of any of these big bundles. So if you're buying a gold chest straight on, this is the first one you're going to get. This is definitely worth it. So if we go into the spending section on this farm, we should be able to see... No, it's not in there. Here we go. It's popped up now. As you can see, it's still got Minamoto on here. It's free to play. Recharge rewards. King's Coronation. Here it is. This is what the bundle looks like at $5, and it's just really good value for the money you're spending. One of the best in the game. So if you're going for a gold chest early on, this is the first one that you're going to buy. The next one is... Where is it? Growth Fund. Here we are. You get 800 of CH5, 1300 CH8, and so on and so on and so on. Once you hit CH25, you have gained a total of 70,000 gems, and it is, well, £12 for me because I'm in Britain, but it is $15, so we're basing this on dollars. You get access to this once you hit VIP 5, which you should be doing really early on, because as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, VIP 6 you should be hitting as soon as possible for that second building queue. Okay, we are now going to talk about crystal. So onto that section. Okay, once you hit SOC, you have something called Crystal Tech in your KVKs. So basically, imagine your research tree in here in the academy with the military research and stuff like this, but you've got to do it all over again. This is basically vital. If you don't have good Crystal Tech, you're going to trade badly, because the amount of stats and like march speed and all that stuff that you get from it is absolutely insane. It's basically a non-negotiable to have Crystal Tech in the field. Now, as with all things in this game, there's different bundles that you can buy to help you out along the way. So we're going to start off with the very low spenders and what they should do. The first thing you should be buying is the Crystal Supply. And this is Crystal Mine Work Speed, basically. It gives your Crystal Mine, which is a building that makes crystals, make crystals faster, basically. It's 50% more faster work speed, and also you get, I think, 60,000 crystals per day. And this does add up. Like, you will be aiming to hit 100 million crystals spent by the end of the KVK if you're like a mid spender, maybe a low spender that's grinding a lot. So it does add up over the time. I promise you, it's worth it. It's really worth it for $5. The next thing that a very low spender should be buying is the Crystal Quest. So remember when we talked about Lucerne Scrolls and that bundle? This is basically the same thing for Crystal Tech. It's a bit more expensive, it's $15, but the value you get for this bundle is absolutely brilliant. You get loads of crystals, loads of other stuff. It's brilliant value. Obviously, I can't show you these bundles because I'm not in KVK right now, which is annoying. Oh well, these are the bundles that you should be looking for. Okay, the next tier up on spending I've got is like low to mid spenders. So the next thing you should be buying is all the pop-ups. All of them. Buy every single one. It's $100. So this will gain you about 12.5 million crystals on day one, which is absolutely brilliant because it means you can just push your economic tech up and you're going to be gaining crystals so much faster. If you want to see a Crystal Tech guide, by the way, drop a comment down below and I will go through all of that and what you should be upgrading and in what order. And yeah, that will be a good video to do. Maybe I'll put that off until I'm in KVK so I can go through that with you there though. So we have the next level up is like a mid to high spender, and I've suggested one Mountain Warfare on top of what I've already said for this. Everything I'm saying is like adding on top of the previous ones because the value is, as you go up in money, the value does decrease with pretty much everything in this game. The more you spend, the less value you get marginally. So one Mountain Warfare is going to set you back $185, and these are the bundles that come up whenever you have a pass open. So when you get your pass 4 into zone 5, you pass 6, like all of them. The pass opens, you get Mountain Warfare available. I would recommend only buying the one either you buy it at Zone 5 for that fight, or you're panicking because your Crystal Tech isn't good enough before Kingsland, and you're like, I'll buy the one on past 7. The one I think is valid. Any of the other ones, sorry, not past 7, past 8. Either one is valid, but I think realistically the past 5 one is the better option, or don't do it at all. The next tier up is the Rally Garrison tier. So for this one, you realistically need the best tech possible because you're up to so much more in Rally Garrison. So for this one, you basically want max tech. So the last thing that you can get on the tech tree is increased damage to enemy rallies and garrisons. So this is basically like imperative to have, especially seeing as you're hitting these rallies and garrisons and trading for not only you, but your entire. So what I've suggested is you get at least one Mountain Warfare, and you get probably the Coalition Warfares as well. You want to be hitting a really good tech level by Zone 5, and you want to be having max tech at Kingsland. A lot of rally garrisons are going to be buying every Mountain Warfare pretty much, but I don't think you need all of these, especially if you're chaining as well. If you're chaining, they will drop you crystals, and you can get your you can get much better tech like this without much. So I think you probably want to do as much chaining as possible to reduce the cost to you, or if you just don't care and you want to spend the money, get as many Mountain Warfares as you need to max out your tech. That is basically the guide for Rallies and Garrisons. Just max your tech as quickly as possible, so that you can rally garrison for your kingdom and be more effective like that. So that is everything I have for Crystal Tech, and we're just going to go on to some mistakes that sometimes you see from players with their spending strategies. Okay, the first mistake is literally just raw gems. Only a Kraken should be buying raw gems. This is for once you've bought the other bundles, because raw gems are just objectively less value than a bundle, because you get the same amount of gems in the bundle, you just don't get the speed ups and the resources and the other stuff that you get in the bundles when you're buying raw gems. Buying raw gems is a bad idea. Don't do it for the Krakens only, who are gemming troops and stuff like that. Okay, the second mistake is just buying resources. This is a bad bundle. Like, if I go up to the gold chest, which is the only space that you're making a reasonable amount of resources, like, this is, for example, let's do the calculations. If we have 500,000 food, and we're multiplying that by 405, you're spending 100 quid, and you're getting like 200 million resources of each, and it's less than that for stone and gold. It's just not worth it. If you're going to buy from like most sellers, which I'm not saying is a good idea, I don't do this, I farm my own, most sellers are going to give you a way better rate, like 40 quid for a billion of each. And the better way in-game, which I would say is the better way than sellers because that's against terms of service, is to buy from here. Like, I've got some Clammy Ks left over, I can buy a billion of each with this, and this would cost me 50 quid. So, way better rate than buying the special resource bundle. Never buy that, it's a bad idea. So yeah, the biggest two mistakes are buying the special resource bundle and buying the gem store. The other big mistake that I see is in the super value bundles. I've seen Wales do this accident before. I was in KVK1 and we have a T5 whale who's maxed all his buildings, maxed all his tech, and we see 3 gold chests come through and he had just purchased City of Hope. This is for building speeds. Make sure you check what you're buying before you buy it, before you spend 385 quid on building speeds when you have your buildings maxed out. Same goes for Fountain of Wisdom, which is the resource version. And yeah, Bumper Harvest is the other version of the special resource bundle. Also a bad idea, don't buy this. We got some other bundles in here that we didn't talk about earlier. Circle of Life is healing speeds. It's not a great bundle, you're probably better off buying New Worlds or stuff like that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of bundles that you just shouldn't be buying because their value for the same thing is higher elsewhere, or you just don't need it. Make sure you're checking what you're buying before you buy it. This goes especially for the whales. I know you think you have unlimited money, but you don't. You're better off spending it in specific places than on random stuff. Be efficient with your spending, guys. Try and target the recharge events, like I said earlier. Those are the best times to do it. And yeah, make sure you're only spending what you can afford to spend. Prioritize your family, whatever you need to buy for the game. That's more important, okay? So, hope you enjoyed, hope you got some value, and if you have any any questions about is this bundle good if I didn't mention it, that sort of thing, stick it down in the comments. I do reply to everyone's comments within probably about 20 minutes, knowing me. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this. Have a really nice afternoon, and yeah, enjoy. Goodbye.